Mike Pugliese here, co-founder of Automated Coaching Engine, where we help transformational coaches scale their businesses without spending money on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why you should never discount your coaching services. Cool. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. The number one thing that I see when it comes to people that we work with, transformational coaches that we work with, is we'll ask them about sales situations that they're going through. Somebody will throw out like, "Oh, I had this money objection," and I'm like, "Okay, so what'd you do?" And then they're like, "Oh, I gave them like a 50% off discount," and I'm like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Why would you do that?" And they're like, "Oh, I just wanted to give them a lower barrier to entry, so that way, they could take action." And, one of the things that I noticed with this is that, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean because somebody comes in with a money objection, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to discount your services. In fact, I would say you should never discount your services. If you are a coach, then you should hold your price firm, and you should go at it with the aspect of increasing the value to meet that price that you want. So let me repeat that again. If you want to do anything in a sales situation when it comes down to a money objection, then it's like, okay, no problem. Like, how about I throw you in this? How about this? How about this as a bonus? How about this? All right, cool. So like, what's the reason like you don't want to move forward? Like, what is it that you would rather have? Oh, I'd rather have this. Like if you can help me with the systems build outs, that would be amazing. All right, cool. Like we can definitely help you out with that. No problem. See how I'm like increasing the value rather than being like, oh well, about how about 50% off, how about that? So I'm sure you understand what I'm saying here as far as like it's a very simple situation, but I kind of want to explain something as far as a conversation that I was a part of. And it's between two of my mentors, Brad Lee and Marshall Wilkinson, and they were talking about this exact situation when it comes to coaches. And Brad Lee was more of under the standpoint or the approach of like double your price so that way you can negotiate and you'll end up either at the price that you really wanted or maybe even higher. So, prime example is like if the cost is 7,500, then go into the sales situation where you're charging 15,000 and then you drop that as the price drop. The person's like, "Oh, that's a little pricey, Then it's like, all right, cool. So how close can you get to that number?" The person's like, "Oh, well, I can do, like 7,500." Then it's like, all right, cool, let's just do that for now, and like we'll figure out the rest later. So it's putting yourself into like kind of like a negotiation standpoint as far as the price that you charge. And Marshall Wilkinson's kind of like objection to this was like, "Brad, if you do that, then you're decreasing the trust factor. You told them 15,000 and then all of a sudden you tell them 7,500. Like what if he would have spent 15,000? Like to me that would show me that you're a liar. You don't stand by your word." And so I thought this was a really interesting perspective because in my eyes, I kind of agree with that. It's like, damn, if I would have paid, 15,000, that guy would have just said yes. Or if I would have said yes to 15,000, that guy would have just sent me the invoice and he would have charged me $7,500 more than he just charged me 5 minutes later. So in my eyes, what you should always do to increase the trust is just increase the value to meet that person on the other side, so that way you can go ahead and get the deal established. So with that being said, never discount your coaching service. If you're going to do anything, increase the value, the deliverables that you're going to give to that person, so that way you can get the money that you want. Mike Pugliese, co-founder of Automated Coaching Engine, where we partner up with transformational coaches and help them scale their business without spending money on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. Catch you on the next one. Peace.